Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball. Got a lot of good playoff recaps for you. My name is Luke, and we've got 4 games from Saturday, 2 from Sunday to get into. We've got some big games. The Brewers' offense dominated. Same thing with the Blue Jays. Dodgers and Phillies was exactly as entertaining as I expected. Detroit at Seattle. That's been such a fun series so far. 2 games, 2 exciting late game finishes, so lots of fun to talk about, and we've got some games this evening we'll dive into. So plenty of news, plenty of notes to get into, and so without further ado, we'll start off with our Saturday games, and then we'll do our Sunday games and wrap it up per usual. So let's travel out to Milwaukee and cover that one. It was utter domination from the Brewers as they took down the Cubs 9-3. The Cubs pitched Matthew Boyd on short rest and didn't go as planned as the Brew Crew came out and put up 9 in the first 2 innings. Jackson Chourio went 3 for 3 with a double and 3 RBI, but was removed with a concern in his hamstring. He had an inconclusive MRI, but is considered day-to-day. He's questionable for this evening. The Cubs got a few runs late, but overall the Brewers dominated this one, winning 9-3 and went up in this series 1-0. Next up, we have Yankees at Toronto. Another offensive outburst as the Jays took down the Yankees 10-1 on Saturday. The Blue Jays had an amazing day at the plate. Vlad Guerrero set them into motion as he had a homer in the first inning to begin the scoring. And then they went on and put up 8 in the later innings. Alejandro Kirk had a pair of homers, contributing to the 14-hit, 10-run outburst. Gausman was solid for the Jays as they blew the Yankees out 10-1 and go up 1-0 in the series. Next up from Saturday, we have the Dodgers at Phillies. The Dodgers had some late magic as they won 5-3. Ohtani made his first ever postseason start. He was a bit shaky. He went 6, gave up 3. He got a quality start. But at the plate, he struck out 4 times. And the difference in this one, though, was Teoscar Hernandez. He had a 3-run go-ahead shot in the 7th inning. Hit it out to right center to put the Dodgers up 5-3. Like I said, that was the difference in this one. And the Dodgers go up 1-0 in this series. Then lastly from Saturday, we had Detroit at Seattle. Detroit beat Seattle 3-2 in 10 innings. Julio Rodriguez was responsible for all 2 of Seattle's runs, but a Kerry Carpenter 2-run shot and some lights-out relief pitching was all they needed to send it to extras. In the 11th inning, a leadoff walk and a wild pitch set up a Zach McKinstry go-ahead RBI single to put Detroit up 3-2 and help them go up in the series 1-0. That's everything from all 4 on Saturday. Let's just keep on rolling into Sunday, where we had the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays, and it didn't go too well for the Yankees as they lost 13-7. It was shaping up to be a real pitcher's duel as you had Max Fried and rookie Trey Yesavage facing off, but Toronto got the party started as they put up 11 in the first 4 frames. The Jays slugged 5 homers, courtesy of Ernie Clement, Vlad Guerrero Jr., George Springer, and Dalton Varsho had a pair. Perhaps were none more electric, though, than Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s grand slam as he sent the crowd into a frenzy. That wasn't the only aspect of Toronto's game where they excelled, though, as rookie starter Trey Yesavage had an incredible day. He went 5.1 innings, gave up 0 hits, 0 runs, and 11 strikeouts, which is a new Blue Jays postseason record for a single outing. There's some concern as the Blue Jays bullpen surrendered 7, but overall the Jays have to be feeling good traveling to New York with their offense as hot as it is. Jays beat the Yankees 13-7 and go up 2-0 on the Yankees in this series. They now have 3 opportunities to try and just win 1 game, 2 of them in New York. The second and final game from Sunday was Detroit at Seattle, where Detroit lost 2-3. The Mariners dropped Game 1, and things were looking bleak as they had a tough challenge with Tarek Skubal on the bump. Then they would be traveling to Detroit, so it really felt like a must-win game, and it was a total team win to get the job done. Jorge Polanco hit a homer in the 4th inning off of Skubal to get them up 1-0. Then a second solo shot off of Skubal in the 6th made it 2-0. Meanwhile, Luis Castillo held down the fort, pitching into the 5th and not giving up anything. Detroit got a couple back in the 8th to tie the ball game back up thanks to a Spencer Torkelson 2 RBI double. But things didn't stay tied for long as Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners went back in front in the bottom of the 8th as he had a go-ahead RBI double, making it 3-2, literally bringing Seattle fans to tears of joy as they got their first postseason win at home in over 20 years. They win 3-2 and lock up the series at 1, heading to Detroit. So a couple of notes from each series so far. That's pretty big on the Brewers that Chiriot had to be removed, but I'm assuming that he's going to come back at some point. It's your season. It's kind of do or die. If it's not going to cause permanent or very bad damage, that he'll try to play through it. But their offense looked really good. It was just kind of almost a little bit boring as they went up so many runs so early. You're like, all right, when's the next game start? But yeah, the bats looked really good, and I don't know what happened to the Cubs. Their pitching just kind of crumbled. I mean, the Padres didn't have a great offense, and the Brewers had one all year, but we'll see. I was kind of dogging on them for no homers, but what did they do? They did pretty much all of that without any homers, so pretty crazy. Then the Yankees at the Blue Jays. I did not expect the Blue Jays to come out swinging. I know I was kind of disrespecting them a little bit, and I guess I took it personally, putting up, 20 plus runs over the last 2 days. So that's amazing for regular season even. So pretty crazy. Yankees pitching needs to kind of get it together, but I'm sure if they need it, they can kind of whip into shape. But I'm going to be shocked if the Yankees somehow come back and win the next 3. Then Dodgers at Phillies, it was interesting. You could kind of tell the Phillies bats didn't quite get going, even though Ohtani gave up 3. But the Dodgers bullpen looked a lot better. That was a big concern for me. But yeah, they looked just fine. And Ohtani at the plate looks a little shaky. I'm guessing maybe some of it was from fatigue. But overall, the Dodgers looked really good. And I still think this is a series that'll probably go 5 games. Then Detroit at Seattle. Jorge Polanco had that huge game. You kind of think Skubal on the bump after losing game 1 if you're Seattle. Things kind of look bad because you never know. Skubal could go 8 innings scoreless every day of the week, it seems. Then you could have to go back to Detroit and you're losing down 2-0. You have to win every game from here on out. Things just look bad. So getting that win and Jorge Polanco getting that pair of homers is massive. Josh Naylor, there's a chance he's going to have to hit the paternity list, potentially in game 3. So that's something to look out for. And then just one more thing I want to shed light on is just Trey Savage. His start was just phenomenal. That Yankees offense is the best in baseball. And he went out there as a rookie, still didn't even pitch the full year. And I mean, to go hitless, scoreless, and set a strikeout record for your ball club in the postseason is all just amazing. I mean, those first few frames, he had like 9 strikeouts through like the first 4 innings or something. It was amazing. So props to him, props to everyone there. Now let's hop into our player of the day. So like I said, a lot of great performances. We had that Trey Savage. I'm not even going to hide it or be cute about it. He's going to be an honorable mention here. The only thing that would kind of keep me from putting him as the player of the day is that offensive outburst. If he gave up 4 runs, they probably would have gotten the job done still. But still, individual performance, that was amazing. But a team that was kind of in a do-or-die position already in Game 2 is the Seattle Mariners. And Jorge Polanco, he's the key to success against Skubal. He went 3 for 4, 2 homers, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. And just in a game that's going to be so tight and that you need to win, going against a guy like that, getting that done is just massive and just so important. As now they have a fresh series. It's now pretty much a best of 3. They still travel to Detroit, and their offense still kind of needs to kick it into gear. Julio Rodriguez has been getting it done too, but for Polanco, that's just huge. You don't have those runs there. Detroit goes up 2 in the 8th, and then you're cooked from there. So great performance from him. He's helping kind of keep the Mariners' hopes alive and keeping the momentum going. So good for him and good for the Mariners. Now let's go take a look at the matchups for tonight. We kick off action at 6 o'clock Eastern time as the Dodgers take on the Phillies in Philadelphia. Blake Snell versus Jesus Luzardo is on the bump in one outing this year. Snell went 7 scoreless, striking out 12, and Luzardo went 1-1 with a 2.57 ERA versus the Dodgers this year. Should be a good pitcher's duel, but now that I said that, it'll probably be an offensive outburst. Then Cubs and Brewers kick off at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Shota Imanaga versus Ashby, who's likely going to be an opener for Priester. Imanaga is 1-2 with a 3.57 ERA versus the Brewers. And Priester, he's been far from sharp against the Cubs this year. He's given up 10 runs across 14.1 innings pitched, so could be an interesting one. Should be some electric NLDS games. I'm guessing Philly and the Brewers both get wins tonight, but who knows? Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone's enjoying all the games so far. I'm really enjoying that Seattle and Detroit series, but they've all been good. Hopefully we see some big moments tonight, though. Should be fun. And we'll be back tomorrow morning to recap any action, any news that pops up. Hopefully we see Trio back on the field and all that. So thank you again. Enjoy the games tonight, and hope to see you back tomorrow. Please feel free to like and share if you enjoy the show. Thank you again. See ya.